Hey guys, if you're like me, you're up late at night, spending time, wasting time, looking at all the different auto sites, trying to find your dream car, that future classic, or the new daily driver. So, Auto Tempest is here to help you. Auto Tempest is a website, and what it does is it searches all those sites for you. eBay, Craigslist, Cars.com, AutoTrader, and more with just one search, and it brings all those results together. That way you don't have to bounce around and potentially miss that perfect car. Check out Auto Tempest in the description of this video and tell us what you think about it in the comments. I've been using it and I actually think it's pretty useful. I'm stoked on it. Check it out. Morning, kids. Welcome to the Canyons. It is a beautiful day for a drive today. Beautiful temperature, beautiful visibility, and this is Joe. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Nice to meet you.
All the way from Colorado. I tried to talk him out of it, as you do, but made a family vacation out of it, hitting the national parks.
Yeah.
It's and a great national park family truckster you have, my friend.
Thank you.
05 Legacy GT Wagon, 5-speed manual transmission, and you've modified it a bit. What's up with this car?
So I bought it off of eBay. The prior owner had done a bunch of modifications and had a burnt valve.
Okay.
So I bought it, picked it up in Ohio, limped it back to Colorado, and then promptly pulled the motor.
Wow, that's a long limp.
It was. It was. I was waiting for it to just completely blow up and have to get a U-Haul trailer and
But it made it
home. But it made it.
Okay.
Pulled the motor, and then I continued doing some mods while the engine was pulled. Turbo, intercoolers, injectors, fuel pump, a bunch of suspension.
So is it the original motor rebuilt, or did you get a new motor?
Original motor.
Okay, so it's still the 2.5.
It is a 2.5.
Okay.
Original heads, but I replaced all the valve train with Freya.
And you did it all yourself?
I had the machine work and the heads rebuilt at a shop up in Aurora, Colorado.
Okay.
I did all the disassembly and assembly.
All right, a handyman. I like it. So what kind of power is it making now?
In Colorado at altitude, it was putting 260 horse to the wheel and 290 foot-pounds of torque to the wheel. It's on a lowland tune, so we pulled some timing and we pulled a bunch of... we changed the wastegate actuator, so I don't know what it's doing here.
Okay. Well, Colorado is a weird place to tune cars. It's numbered. It's a heartbreaker place to tune cars, but I love these cars because they're like STIs for grown-ups.
Yep.
And I think that this body style and this interior is about the best that Subaru's ever did, really.
I really like the body of it.
Yeah, agree. Well, let's go for a drive and we'll talk about it. I was going to go that way, but now that we had some traffic, we're going to go this way. And we'll test the turning radius immediately. All right, we're gonna go this way first. Sounds like a Subaru.
It does.
Oh, there you go. That's nice. This is it's a bit more refined than the Imprezas, but the car being 12 years old now, it doesn't feel so big by 2017 standards, does it?
No, I was reading in the forums, and somebody was going on about the dimensions of the car, and it is roughly equivalent to a mid-90s Accord.
Yeah.
Size-wise, so it's the right size, really, for a vehicle.
I agree. And interior-wise, it actually feels even a little smaller, maybe, than the new Imprezas.
Mm-hmm.
The new Impreza might be bigger than this, but
I think it is.
This, E46 M3 kind of era is the right. The 05 is a right good time for size of vehicle.
Right.
What have you done with the suspension? It rides really well. This road is tough.
It is a B&R or BCBR coilovers. White line, anti-sway bars, some steering links, Group N transmission and motor mounts, Group N bushings and the control arms up front, and I did some adjustable white line and lateral links.
Oh, wow.
That's what they're called in the back.
And did you have a purpose in mind for this stuff, or was it just make it handle better, updated kind of thing?
Make it handle better. Mostly as a daily driver, sleeper.
Well, it goes pretty good, my friend. This road really masks speed. Like, it's tough for the audience to tell right now how fast that was, but that was reasonable. reasonably quick. I'm worried about, pushing your motor, given that it's not in an environment that it's really tuned for.
Right. So it's not
But it feels good.
It's not over boosting, so it's still pushing almost 20 psi with this tune. So that's about what it was in Colorado.
Okay. Cyclist is making ground. Good for him. He was way back there when last time I checked.
Manimal.
Yeah, those people who ride bicycles in mountains, as I'm sure you know, being from Colorado. We're gonna flip around because I actually want to use the tighter section of road. I just needed to make a gap because there were cars there.
I've done some brake work. It has pads. It has brake lines, and then I pulled the booster and master cylinder from an STI.
I hate to be this guy, but I'm gonna flip around in front of this gentleman so we can. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I needed to make this move so we don't get stuck again. Here we go. That's a great sound. I like that sound. That's nice.
Thank you.
Why does that sound different from an STI? Is it because the exhaust is longer? Is it because the cabin is more refined? What is that?
I couldn't tell you. I went with a 3-inch catback exhaust. I had it bent. It has a vibrant, ultra-quiet resonator and then MagnaFlows.
Oh, it sounds good.
It's a stock. It's the OEM blow-off valve, so it's recirculating.
It takes those bumps really well. This is, again, this side of this road is tough. On my RS, it's like,
Right.
But that's pretty good.
Thank you. I've never had a car with coilovers before, and I was actually pretty impressed with the ride quality.
Did you fine-tune them yourself?
Nope.
Have you ever had them fine-tuned or corner balanced or any of that kind of stuff?
So the prior owner, Devin, who I'm still in contact with, actually, he had them put on and set up at, I believe, IAG Performance out in Maryland, which is a big Subaru company. Them and Mach 5 did most of the suspension work.
It rides really well, but it feels like it's got good stability in corners, but the ride hasn't been ruined.
Right.
This road is deceptively tough. As soon as we pass 2 more corners, it's going to smooth out and get a little better.
Okay.
I want to see how this thing handles. What do these weigh?
About 3,500 pounds.
By today's standards, not bad. Not bad at all. Is it a beast in the snow?
I don't know. I've only had it really running for about 4 months.
Oh, okay. So you haven't had a good winter in it yet.
Nope.
Are you excited for winter with this car?
Well, I have that Honda Element, which is really my mountain car.
Yeah, that's your winter car.
That's what we go snowboarding with and camping and all that type of stuff. So this will probably just stay parked.
You do any track days or any of that kind of stuff with this, or is it for just mountain driving?
I think I need to do a little bit more work to it before I take it on a track day. So I increased the size of the oil pump to, I believe it's a 12 millimeter. So it's going to flow a lot more oil, so I need to change the oil pan for more capacity and probably change the windage tray in the oil pan, or else I'll just starve the engine of oil and spin a rod.
I'll tell you what, Joe, you are in tune with your vehicle.
I would like to get into rallycross. That's really where my racing passion lies.
It's so fun. It's so fun. Put some clear bra or something on your paint. It'll take the paint right off the car.
I'm not gonna do it with this car.
Okay.
I'll get like an old Mustang.
Oh yeah, there you
or
go.
Something. Rooster tails and sideways.
That's how you have fun. The one thing I would say this car could greatly benefit from is probably a 6-speed. Am I right?
Yes, that's big. That's a pretty spendy item because it's not just the transmission; it's the wheel hub assemblies, the axles, the differential, the rear diff. So it's a.
All of a sudden, that sounds like a pretty big project.
It's a big project and about $4 or $5 grand.
Oh.
So I'm not sure.
Because right now, even in 5th, let's see it. Oh well. Turns out I was going quite a bit quicker. At 60, you're turning 2,500 RPM in 5th, which is not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
How does this do on the highway with fuel economy? Is it all right or not
if
really?
I stay out of boost coming out here, the best I did was about 25.5, which is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It's not terrible.
No.
But that's if you stay at a boost. What about if you drive just the way you would enjoy driving?
So my fuel economy around town, hooning, has been about 16 and a half.
That sounds right. I really like the way this engine sounds.
Thank you.
Really, I got a good balance of like tuner sounds and kind of refinement. It's not like too in your face.
Right.
I just drove a Subaru that had the JDM STI engine. It was an actual JDM STI, right-hand drive and everything, and it had the coolest sounding Subaru motor I've ever heard. I forget what it was that they did with it, but it just sounded unbelievable. Yeah, this thing handles nice. Turns in good.
I did replace the so there's a steering knuckle between the steering wheel and the steering rack. All the Subarus, with the exception of the STI, has a big rubber bushing thing in it.
Is that where you get the Subaru dead zone in the middle?
I think that contributes to it. So I replaced that with an STI one, and then did all the bushings with poly to try and firm up the steering feel.
All Subarus except the BRZ and the newest STI have kind of a dead zone in the middle. Yours is halfway back to where it's supposed to be. The new STI has the really direct rack.
Does it?
Yeah. And I think you can do a complete I'm sorry about that. I think you can do a complete rack swap, but
you can. Even into this car you can do a rack swap.
Right? The Subarus are like Legos. They're great. Alright, let's go back up the hill. This thing is fun.
Thank you.
You're gonna have a good day in this. Like I was saying, when you leave today, you should run the entire length of this road if you have time, because it is glorious. We didn't have somewhere to be.
We do have a late checkout, so.
My man. Yeah, something about the sound of this is really kind of inspiring. Sometimes I think a lot of people who go big power do these like external wastegates.
Right.
And it just ends up sounding like a semi-truck Jake brake all the time. It's got a good fluidness to it, you know?
I was really trying to avoid drone.
It does not drone. I'll give you that. It's probably a great highway car, honestly.
It has been an outstanding highway car. The wheelbase is long enough that it tracks really straight and true, and it doesn't require a whole lot of corrections.
And for a relatively high miler, 170,000, seems to be pretty nice and tight in here. Is I assume this is all original interior, right? Yep. Yeah.
It was well cared for, so I'm the third owner.
How many miles were on it when you bought it?
160.
Oh, okay.
I want to say.
I mean, it's very tight. It's shockingly good.
Well, I have done some bushing replacement stuff.
No, but even just in the interior, you'd expect these things weren't that expensive when they were new. I figured they would,
Right. I think they're about 30 grand new in 2005.
I mean, look, for a $30,000 car with 170K on it, this thing is in great shape.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
I have all the receipts. The prior owner kept it to about 140,000 and was meticulously maintained in the dealership. And then
Lucky you.
And then Devin put quite a bit of work into it. The biggest thing I don't like is it doesn't have a more modern stereo infotainment. So I do have all the JDM stuff that the prior owner purchased that I just have to get around to putting in.
It'd say weird stuff to you when you start up the car. Oh, I just noticed you can't do anything with it, right?
I can't.
You're stuck.
I'm stuck.
100% stuck. Oh, what a bummer.
The JDM is a double DIN, so I have, I can put in all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
And modernize it some.
So that replaces the cooling, the HVAC controls as well?
It flips them because the Japanese is a right-hand drive.
Oh,
but all that is factory. It relocates the hazard light.
Cool.
And it's a double DIN, so you can put in aftermarket radio, get a screen.
It took that. That's a big bump. It took that really well. This is like the right combination of ride height, handling, and comfort. It's got good power too. I mean, the internet will tell you that 300 wheel isn't very much, but when you're actually out driving it, that feels like quite a bit of power.
I don't want to go any higher really with power because then reliability will suffer.
Yeah, make it work. I mean, if it's a daily or a mostly daily,
Right.
what's 50 horsepower if it means you might blow
It doesn't
your motor?
mean anything.
No.
If
This
I do
was
anything,
great.
I want to get more time under the curve because it's a little peaky.
I mean, it definitely builds, but I would not. I think you have a delightful power band. It's too bad that 6-speed conversion is so expensive, because that's really the one kind of thing that would maybe even bring it all together a little more. But,
Right.
But I wouldn't do it, not at that price.
No, not until I blow this up.
Thanks, Joe.
welcome.
What a great car.
Thank you.
These Legacy GTs, both sedan and the wagons, I still think they're just about the best cars Subaru ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've done a good example. And enjoy your national parks, National Lampoon's vacation with the rest of the Griswolds. And thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate it. See you guys next time. Bye.